Matt Stepp, Dave Campbell's Texas Football here at the Texas High School Coaches Association Convention in beautiful San Antonio, Texas. We are here with the head coach of the Ganado Indians, Coach Brent Bennett. Coach, I appreciate you taking a few minutes here at the start of Coaching School to chat with us.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me. Good to be here.
All right, first off, last year was a challenging year for everyone with all of the restrictions and everything going around, games being canceled and everything. How exciting and refreshing is it to be back at coaching school, having in-person coaching school this year?
I think it's a blessing that we're able to come back and be in person. We're excited. Yes, it's nice to have the restrictions lifted. We're excited about the opportunities that we have without having to worry about the temperature checks and the masks and the social distancing and the wiping everything down. And so no, it's a blessing.
How much more productive has the summer and the off season been for you guys? I mean, how much more work? Because I'm sure going into last season, number one, we didn't know if we were going to have a season, and going into the year, you didn't have as much time in the spring, obviously, or in the summer to do a lot. From a perspective of looking at as you get ready for 2021, how far ahead of schedule this year are you compared to last year, as far as just as being ready to play?
I don't know that we're further ahead of schedule. We've obviously got more work in because there's less restrictions on how you have to work. But in our case, I mean, we've got 9 seniors graduate, and we've got freshmen that we've got to get introduced into the program and get them rocking and rolling with the older guys. And so, and part of that's just the way that we build our plans. We always go back to step one, even if you've been in the program for 4 years now. You're going to go back to step one, and we A, B, C it all the way up to step Z. And so, I think we're back on our normal schedule versus the schedule we had to put in place last year with I don't remember. We call it Super Summer. We went home for spring break, I want to say, and then we had Super Summer, and we saw the kids again in June, or whatever the date was. So,
but do you feel like your kids are maybe not as ahead of schedule? Are you guys from a strength perspective having that time in the weight room, and do you think your kids are stronger?
Yeah, no doubt. Not having that break. Our kids were doing stuff during the break, the Super Summers, as I said, but it's not the same as actually putting weight on a bar and doing that. So yes, our kids are physically. And I'd say they're physically and mentally further ahead than where they were last year. But in our terms, they're right back where we want them to be as far as the building blocks to get, to day one of fall camp and into, game one and district and postseason, hopefully.
When you look at your ball club, obviously you guys are a perennial playoff team. I mean, there's high expectations there. You guys have been multiple round playoff teams the past few years. I mean, you're playing in your classification. You're in a tough part of the state. You play a lot of good people. When you look at how your 2021 district shapes up, take you guys out of the equation. How do you see things shaking out in your district next year?
I mean, our district, if you don't show up and play on Friday night, you're probably going to lose. There's some great competition. You obviously got the Shiner in there, and they're as good as anybody.
I felt like Shiner last year. You put them in Class 3A, and they're probably a top 10 team. I mean, they were that good last year.
No doubt. I mean, they played some 3As and they were competitive.
They beat Hallettsville, and Hallettsville played for a state title last year. So
yes, yeah. no doubt. And I'm not trying to take anything away from Weimer and Flatonia and Schulenburg. All those coaches do a good job. You got some good kids, and you're going to get some good football. So,
I mean, it's rare. To me, it's really rare in Class 2A. To see a district where because let's be honest, there's some districts where you can go in. There's probably 2 or 3 games where you just get them off the bus and you're probably going to win the game because of the talent disparity. But your district, I mean, it's like from a competitive standpoint, top to bottom, it's like a big school district in my opinion with the competitiveness every week. And like you said, if you don't, you don't have to get them off the bus. You have to play well. If you don't play well on Friday night in your district, you're going to lose and be out of the playoffs. And that's, I mean, I'm sure it's exciting from a preparation standpoint, but also a little nerve-wracking, right, when you're pulling up the film to get ready each week for those teams.
It is. Most coaches, if we're the good coaches, in my opinion, you like the competition. I'd rather have to prepare for our district versus a team that we know we can walk in there and get the twos in after halftime. I think that if you want to be great, you have to play good competition. And you always got to work on yourself and build on yourself, make yourself better. And I think that's easier to do. You get a better measuring stick, whether you come out on top or you don't come out on top. You get a better measuring stick of where you are. You can show your kids. You can go back to the film and show your kids, hey, this is what we're doing well, this is what we're doing bad. And now they know what to especially our preseason's pretty tough too. And so we're going to get a really good measuring stick, and our kids are going to know exactly what they've got to do to elevate their play so we can become great.
And I guess that's been part. I mean, I'm assuming it's been part of the success you guys have had in the playoffs, because you guys are battle tested in the regular season in a district play. When you get into the playoffs, playing that tough competition is not a shock for your kids, is it?
No. Yes and no. You know, every playoffs are they're fun, but playoff games can also be. They can go either way. You know, if the ball rolls the wrong way,
You're airing up basketballs,
right?
Yeah.
It can go bad in a hurry, and so and you know that's ultimately why you play the game. There's going to be one team that comes out on the scoreboard and wins, but playing the good competition, it does help you. You know, it gets you battle tested and gets you ready for it, and having the ability to play whatever it's been 7-8 playoff games in the past 2 years, our kids have been able to see some really good competition, and so they have a better idea of what it looks like to be a great team and put a great product out on the field.
Looking at your ball club for 2021, what for you guys to have the kind of season you need to have? What needs to go right for the Ganado Indians? Where do you guys need to be strong?
We've still got to finish coming together as a team. You know, before we get into the football stuff, last year 2020's done. That team, half those kids graduated, and the other half of the kids, they're a year older, a year stronger, hopefully a year better. And so we've got to come together as a team, and we've got to figure out what the kids have to. I can't do it. I can guide them, but the kids have to figure out what they want the 2021 team to be, and we've been working on that. They've got to come together as a team, and we've got to improve some areas of our ball club, offensively and defensively, and if we can do that, we got a chance to be good. I want to get too deep into it. But,
we don't want to give too much away. It's early, right? Yeah. Well, Coach, we appreciate your time. Enjoy coaching school. It's good to see you, and we appreciate what you do for student-athletes here in the state of Texas.
Yes, sir. We appreciate everything you do, Matt.
Thanks.
Hey, thanks for watching this clip here on YouTube. If you like this kind of stuff and you want more of it, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And remember, you can watch us live every weekday at noon at TexasFootball.com, Facebook, Twitch, or here on YouTube. And if you want more of the best coverage of football in the state of Texas, check out TexasFootball.com and become a Dave Campbell's Texas Football Insider at TexasFootball.com/subscribe.